Hi there, welcome to kneppyinvests. Time to do a bit of a technical update to all of our favorite company, Zip. Now, if you don't know what technical means, that just suggests that I'll be looking at a lot of charts today. So if you don't like looking at charts, this may not be the video for you, but I'll probably also suggest Zip may not be the company for you because Zip tends to be a bit of a plaything for day and short-term traders. So after I've done a bit of a technical update, I'm going to talk about my trading plan for Zip. So I am learning. I probably call myself a novice when it comes to short-term trading. So I am learning how to short-term trade. In fact, my very first very short-term trade was with Zip a few months ago. It was I think a 1 hour trade. So I bought 1 hour, and then 1 hour later I sold it. I made $100 in that 1 hour. So when I'm talking about short-term trading, I'm not talking about that very short term. I'm talking about holding a company for a few weeks. And I think Zip follows a lot of rules that you really want to be aware of if you're short-term trading. So I'll go through my trading plan when it comes to Zip over the next few trading days. So on Monday and Tuesday, I do think there is potential this could be a short-term buy as a trading parcel. Now, first thing I want to do is just show you the daily chart. So you can see a few things here. The first thing was a very obvious buy back in sort of I think it was like the 20th of January, 21st of January or so. They did release a very positive trading update. And based off that positive trading update, the share price broke out. A very obvious buy. I bought it on open that day. So I think a lot of traders, those short-term traders, potentially even day traders, got on board the Zip train at that point in time. And then there was a second breakout a few weeks later when the share price rose above $8. So $8 was a resistance price level, and as soon as it went above $8 on high volume, that was another sign to buy into the company on the short term. And then it rose for the next 2 weeks, so it went from $8 all the way up to $14. And then over the past month or so, the share price has been drifting down. And you can see the share price drifted from all the way from $14 all the way back to $8 and tested $8 and then rose above $8. So it tested the support level, which now the $8 went from resistance to support, tested the support on Thursday, the 11th of March, and has gone above that support level. So that's the first sign that there is a potential buy in the future. Now I'm going to show you a 15-minute chart for Zip, and I really like looking at these short-term time frames when it comes to charts because you can learn a lot from them, and particularly when you're in that learning phase. So I took a lot out of this chart. So the first thing I took away was their resistance level at $13. And on the 22nd of February, the share price did test that resistance level and it failed, which means the share price tested it and then fell away again. If the share price went above the resistance level, that would have been quite powerful, particularly if it was high volume, and that would have been a buy, but it didn't. It fell back below that resistance. So the resistance level held strongly. Now, what I put on this chart is all the highs and the lows over the past few weeks, all the way back to the 22nd of February. And the one thing you'll notice that each subsequent high or low is lower than the previous one. And that's the very definition of a share price in a downtrend. So what I'm looking for is that sequence of lower lows or lower highs and lower lows that is going to be broken. And that would be the first potential buy when it comes to Zip. Now, remember the previous slide, I mentioned there was a support level at $8. Now, the share price of Zip did test that $8 level at the start of trading on Thursday, the 11th of March. It tested it, went through $8, and what I'm thinking, what happened here is there were some traders wanting to see if anyone put any stop losses at $8 or just below $8 to try to force them out of the market. It tested that level and then bounced strongly off it. So I think that was a test of people putting their stop losses at a very weak price point. So you wouldn't put your stop loss at $8 or just below $8. I would have put it about $7.75. Now, ever since that low of the 11th of March, the share price has shown some strength. We did reach a high on the 12th of March at around $8.80. Now, if we were seeing a continual downtrend, we would see that support level $8 being broken. At this point in time, we aren't going to see that. But I do believe that trading on Monday, the 15th of March is going to be very important to the movement of ZIP in the medium or short to medium term. So in this slide, I just wanted to show you how those develop support lines or support share prices, and how those support share prices can be broken if the share price moves through it. And then if it does move through it, those support levels become resistant levels, and then the share price will test out those new resistance levels. And if those tests fail, which they have done with ZIP on numerous occasions, those failed tests become the share price highs. And I've indicated these support becoming resistance lines by these double arrowed horizontal lines. And you can see 5 of them. In the most recent instance, we have seen that trading pattern fail for the first time, which is a good indication that this downtrend in the share price is coming to an end. So in this slide, I'm just zooming into the last 6 trading days, and I'm focusing on the moving averages. So this is the 100 period moving average, 50 and 20 period moving averages, represented by the blue line, which is the 100, red line 50, and black line 20. And the reason I want to focus on this is how powerful the 100 period moving averages is as resistance. It's actually been the resistance for the ZIP share price on 3 occasions during the last 5 days. And each time the share price gets to that moving average, it fails and the share price pulls back. But the most recent time, on the 12th of March, it was a much less powerful pullback in the share price, and you can see that with the share price then going sideways during the rest of the trading day. The other thing I really like to look at here is the distance between those 3 moving averages. You can see a fair bit of distance between them going back 3 or 4 days ago, but that distance between them is being narrowing, and that's showing you that there is less selling coming into the market for the ZIP. And you can actually see that with the decreasing volume over the last 4 days. That's another indication that this short-term downtrend in the ZIP share price is coming to an end, and there is a possibility of a short-term trade to the upside at play here. Only potential at this stage, but it's definitely there. So there's a lot of indications that this short-term downtrend in the ZIP share price is coming to an end, because we've been in this downtrend for about a month. So I decided to implement a trading plan for ZIP, and I'll be using this trading plan over the next few trading days, and hopefully it will be successful. So over the past month, we've been seeing lower highs and lower lows, and that's sort of an indication of a downtrend. So what you want to see is the reverse. You want to see higher lows and higher highs. So that's going to be my strategy, sort of looking for that higher high, because we're already seeing that higher low. So the most recent low, which was reached at the start of trading on the 12th of March, was higher than the low before it, which was on the 11th of March. And then the most previous high, $8.80, if the share price can get above that, that would mean the next high is going to be higher than the previous high. And that's the trading pattern I want to see. Higher highs, higher lows. Take a buy, put a buy or bid price in at just above $8.80, because that would be a new support level, and that would possibly confirm that we are seeing a developing short-term uptrend in the ZIP share price. So that's all I got on this, a technical update for ZIP, and also I've included my trading plan moving forward for this company. Now, I would consider myself a novice when it comes to technical trading, but I am in the process of learning, so hopefully you can just join me on my journey as I increase my knowledge when it comes to this aspect of short-term trading. So anyway, if you do have any sort of suggestions, any sort of comments, I will be open to anything you do give me, because I am quite open-minded and I'm not a financial advisor. That's the first thing I should mention. And the second thing I should mention, again, I'm not a technical charting guru. So even though I'm doing this sort of strategy, I am in the process of learning it. This is the first time I've used this sort of strategy, this high, high low strategy. And I do think ZIP is a good company to learn those sort of technical trading strategies. So, not a technical advisor or a financial advisor. If you do need any sort of help in those sort of areas, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own sort of needs. That's all for this video. Have a good day. Bye.